There's not much of an FP1 to talk about, but FP2, P2, times look good,
Yeah,
race runs look good. Has it been a
wasn't too
good
bad.
day?
It has been a good day. I wish that we all had more running in P1, but that beautiful weather we normally get here at Silverstone is what makes it so special, because it can be raining on one corner or half the track and dry elsewhere. So it was just wet through 6 and 7 and a little bit down to 9, and then it was dry everywhere else. So that made it difficult. You couldn't stay on the inters because they would get destroyed, and it was too wet to go out on slicks. But we got some good running still. I still got like 10 laps, which I was really happy with, and I don't think many people got that. And then P2, yeah, feeling pretty good. I think it's bouncing still quite a bit, not necessarily in a straight line, but through the corners it's pretty harsh. Not physically harsh, but just like in the car, on the tires and everything. So we've still got work to do, but it feels like a small step forwards. We just got to keep working.
In Canada, you said this car meant that you couldn't drive Canada the way that you'd always driven it. It didn't feel like the same circuit.
Mm-hmm.
Does Silverstone feel like the same circuit or a little different?
No, that's just this car. You just can't drive the tracks the same as you used to be with this car, with how stiff it is, the ride characteristics, and this porpoising that we do get, which a lot of it is actuated from the ride stiffness. So no, it's not the same, but you're still having fun through Maggots and Beckett's. It's not so great through 9 like we used to have, or used to be flat out there. But turn 1's great, and Maggots and Beckett's is still pretty mega, and Stowe. They're like my favourite corners, those.
I know the team was pinning some hopes on this upgrade. Did the car feel very different? Could you feel the upgrades working today in terms of the ride and your happiness within the car?
Well, the upgrades wasn't anything to do with ride. It's just literally downforce, and difficult to feel it because we're two massively different tracks. You're coming from a low wing, low speed circuit to all medium and high speed circuits. So didn't get to feel the car like this last week, but it's much smoother, this track, which is much better, a bit more like Barcelona in that sense. But this is the best track. It is still hair raising and just epic to drive. And we're fighting the car a little bit. Our long run pace isn't as good as the other guys, but it's not miles off. So we've definitely made an improvement. I'm sure overnight we can work and improve the car a little bit more.
And what a way to start British Grand Prix week, a P2 packed out grandstands full of British fans. You will have given them some hope of an exciting weekend for you and Mercedes.
Well, they give me hope, so it's so good to see them. Already yesterday, the grandstand yesterday was kind of mind-blowing, but just seeing them around the track today, so appreciative of all the support and such a big turnout. So thanks to everyone coming, and I hope we're going to work as hard as we can to give them a good result.
George, not much of an FP1 to talk about, so let's focus on FP2, an upgraded car. Did it do everything you hoped it would?
I'm not too sure too much. We need to look into it. I think I struggled on the low fuel, much more compared to Lewis. He put in a really strong lap. The high fuel was definitely more promising, I think, comparing to the McLaren, who was on the hard, the same as us. We was a lot quicker, and then by the end, when we got the tyres warmed up, we were quicker than the Ferraris. By the end, they were digging off. We were just improving lap after lap. So there are some positive signs there, but definitely it's not. There's definitely room to improve for sure.
The race pace does look impressive. You, Ferrari, Red Bull, very, very similar pace. As you said, right at the end, you did 1:32.9, I think, which was one of the best race run laps of the day. It's got to put you with fairly confident mood for Sunday.
Yeah, I think we need to understand why our race pace is so much stronger than our qualifying pace. We saw, the McLaren really strong on that single lap. We just can't get the tyres working for one lap, but we think over the course of the race, we're in a pretty good window. So it's obviously always a balance. You can't just put all your eggs in one basket for Sunday. But as I said, there are positive signs there, but it's still not the finished product yet.
Floor, big upgrades on that. Obviously a new rear wing today as well. Can you feel the changes to the car? Has it made it easier to drive? Has it made the porpoising easier?
I mean, it's a very different circuit here in Silverstone. We knew that the bouncing through the corners, through the high speed was going to be a bit of a challenge, and that has turned out to be true. Through Copse and Maggots and Beckett's, the car is sort of bouncing around, so we need to try and understand that. But there's no porpoising down the straights, which is at least one positive sign. So as I said, there are positives there. We just need to sort of dial into it and truly maximise it.
chance of a bit of rain tomorrow, will that be a benefit or a hindrance?
I don't know, to be honest. We look quite strong in the rain in Montreal. I would take it because I think our qualifying pace isn't quite there compared to our rivals, and it's all about Sunday.